Good Monday morning to you. This is Scott with NEPA Storm Chasers, and we're going to show you our outlook for the next several days, and we'll even go out past a week and show you what we're thinking about as far as the upcoming week. We are getting some messages in from some people, and we will explain exactly what they're seeing so you'll understand why a lot of people are talking about some big storm that we're supposed to get. And like I said, I'll get into that in just a second. So first things first here, we're going to take a look at the GFS model. This is the American model, and we're going to show you what the GFS shows for the next several days. So right now we're on Monday. As you can see, clear skies. It's going to be warm. You're getting a southwest flow. Beautiful temperatures, sunny skies, everything you could ask for. It's going to be a wonderful day. Highs are going to be in the mid-60s. It's going to be beautiful. Take a look here ahead in time now. As we move towards Tuesday, even nicer. Tuesday, you should touch 70 degrees. It's going to be beautiful. As we get into Wednesday here, you see there's some showers beginning to develop along this old cold front here that is basically falling to pieces here. The primary low is out here in Minnesota, Iowa area, and you can see snow out here to the north in Canada. But as you can see, just some passing showers out to our west probably won't affect us in any way, and we won't see a whole lot of anything from this. Thursday comes. We have this storm developing here. It's over Missouri right now, moving into the area. As this enters the mid-Atlantic area, this also will cut into the lakes like our previous storm and put us on the rainy side of it. So Friday, it looks like we're going to have at least a round of rain showers, or maybe even some embedded thunderstorms as this low moves into the lakes. And then possibly on Friday, even a line of thunderstorms could form on the back of this low pressure as it moves on out. So keep an eye on that. Once this storm moves out, it actually turns into quite a storm over Quebec or Ontario. It's gonna be pretty nice if you're in southern Canada. And now we're into Saturday. And we're moving ahead into Sunday here. Another rain opportunity is going to be coming on Sunday. Now, I want you to take a look closely at what the GFS model is showing, and then I'm going to compare it to a couple other models. So the GFS has a low moving off to our west, passing over Pittsburgh, cutting into Erie, with showers and some embedded thunderstorms out ahead of it. This is for the 28th. So we're looking 28th and 29th next Sunday and Monday. And the storm, once it gets this far north, over about Syracuse, New York or so, you start to see a lot of cold air showing up on some of these models. And that's going to be due to a deep trough, which is showing up in all of the models. So a deep trough bringing some cold air down, and we'll lock that into the area over that time frame from about the 29th in through early April. So taking a look here at the GFS model, as the storm wraps up, more rain showers. If you're up in upstate New York, you're looking at snow. And as it wraps around, there's a chance, if you live in some of the highlands of West Virginia, Western Pennsylvania, the Alleghenies, if you're in New York, and any part of New York really, except for the city, chance of some snow showers. And the big feature you see here is cold air. This is going to be well below average here. Just a big, deep sinking area of cold air. So you're going to get like an Arctic flow coming in here from that. And that we're talking about a week from today. That's next Monday. So much colder than average temperatures. This would be so far haven't narrowed down how cold, but you got to consider this time of year, the average temperatures are going to be in the low 50s. So just keep that in mind. And this is your GFS model up through a week. We're not going to go past a week because that's plenty far. So that's up to the 29th. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is the European model. The European model has a slightly different solution for this storm. I want to get this out of your way as best as I can. Okay. So the European model is going to show, and guys, I'm sorry this is going to be a little bit longer than our other videos, but I want to address this because a lot of people have had questions. Oh no, big nor'easter's coming. What's going on? So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The European model has rain showers moving in on Wednesday. The GFS does not. So we're going to have to work this out and see which model has the better handle on what is going to happen here, because I mean you're looking at you're looking at potentially showers that would dampen your day on Wednesday. And then Thursday comes, and here comes those rains on Friday, moving into the area with that big, deep, cold low that we were talking about. And this low digs a little bit and kind of digs the trough that's going to set up this next storm. Now take a look at what the European model believes is going to happen here. So the European model shows a low pressure system developing. Now as you can see, it has this low dipping out of the lakes, along that trough. And watch what it does here. It wraps this low back inland. And as you can see, there's a mixed precipitation here in New York City, central New Jersey, northern New Jersey, northeast Pennsylvania, and a very odd comma shape here to this whatever this model is predicting here. I'm not 100% sure how they're how this model is figuring this out with this giant donut hole in central PA. However, what this model is showing is cold air wrapping back in around this low, and snow for the northern Poconos, northeastern Poconos, West Virginia, western PA, Niagara Falls, and Buffalo, New York. This is what the Euro is showing. And then ending as a mixed precipitation here before it wraps up and becomes a nasty storm again. Now, we're going to go to the GFS. This is the version 16 model. And this model is even more off the wall with what it's expecting. So let's take a look here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the version 16, and you're going to probably hear this a lot from people in the next several days, especially if it continues to do what it's doing right now. And yes, I know the version 16 did predict some snowstorms earlier this year, and a lot of people probably believe very strongly about it right now, but I want you to pump the brakes here a little bit and don't get excited, because we're a week away, and the stuff you're going to see here now, I don't know that I believe in it, and I wouldn't even consider putting this out as a forecast or letting you guys, letting you hear from me that I think we're going to get a storm or a snowstorm or a nor'easter or anything like that. So take a look here. This is that rainstorm coming through for Friday. Again, cold backside in northern New York. And take a look at what it sets up here for that storm on the 28th and 29th. So same look as the Euro, this low that will be dropping out of the lakes and moving south. So same idea here. Showers, heavy thunderstorms potentially out ahead of this storm, especially if you live down in the south, but definitely heavy rain out ahead of this storm. Now watch what it shows here. As this low gets to the coast, it's gonna halt and retrograde a bit here. See, it retrogrades back into the interior of New York, and according to this model, it's going to wrap in some wintry precipitation and snow. That's what this is showing. Again, this model accurate earlier this year, and it's showing, a storm coming on the 29th. And if we go to the old super ultra extremely trusty snowfall map that you know how much I love and adore this nonsense. If you look at the snowfall map, it's going to show you accumulating snow. Let me zoom in on that for you. As this model will show accumulating snow for Pennsylvania. In fact, if you live out here, 8 inches plus of accumulating snow. And snow to the Poconos and so on and so forth. Guys, do not fall into the trap right now of buying into the hype that you're going to see a storm next week. We can show the European too, just for the sake of showing it. But guys, this is pretty irresponsible. Anybody that's hanging their hope of a forecast onto this, I'm not here to criticize. I'm just here to say this is highly unlikely. This is showing some accumulating snows wrapping in. Could this happen? Could there be something? Yes, there definitely could be. It's not impossible. This could be that famous onion snow that everyone talks about, blah, blah. Again, please don't look at these 5-6 inch accumulations here in Pike and Wayne County, and even in Scranton, 3 inches, and 4 in Monroe County, 5 there. Don't look at this verbatim, but I do want you to take a look at this. So we're looking at the heights here. This is the 500 millibar map here, and this, again, as we tell you all the time, this shows you the higher pressures, the lower pressures. It basically shows you the general weather pattern in a given time based on the model guidance. So this is today, the 22nd. You have ridging out west, troughing in the western U.S., and then strong ridging in the east. That's why your temperatures are going to be so much warmer than they usually are. And this is going to be the same look that you're going to see into Thursday, into Friday, Saturday, and now we move into the 29th, and now you got a different look. So you go from Sunday to Monday. Now we have a very different look here. So now you have a very short, small, weak trough, big ridge, all the way up past Hudson Bay, and then a trough digging down south of Atlanta, Georgia. And that's what this is showing. Now, there's a couple reasons why I think that this will not produce snow or anything crazy like that. This is the European model. In order for this to be a snowstorm, for this to be something that's notable, this trough is going to have to be way deeper. So you're talking, the blizzards of '93, the blizzard of 2017. The trough's going to have to dip much further south. Another problem, you don't have your ridging that you're going to need along the East Coast. This is a very flat look to these isobars. You're not getting the ridge that you need. That's not a good sign. Your next issue here, there's no blocking high pressure. You would need a blocking high pressure here to slow the storm up, to dam in the cold air, and give you a better opportunity for some kind of snowstorm. Don't see that either. And I don't see that coming. A little bit of a high forms here. However, at this point, when this high begins to form, when these heights begin to raise here, look where your storm center is. Way, way, way too late. We would miss it by a mile if this would play out like this. Would you have cold air? Yes, you would. Cold air all the way down to almost northern Florida. Will you have a snowstorm? Definitely not. Don't see it happening. Don't like the way that looks. However, it would be cold. There would be snow on the northern fringe of the storm. and that'd be that. Then it lifts on out, and you come back to your ridging again. Take a look at this from the GFS model, just for for some clarity here. So we're the 19th now. Let's fast forward here. This is that massive ridge we're talking about. This is the 22nd here. It holds strong all the way through Thursday. Next Saturday, still pretty strong. You're starting to flatten out a little bit here, and there's this trough starting to dig. So same idea as the Euro. You have that dig, and the GFS has this trough digging not even close to as far as the European model. First of all, this ridge here over the west, this ridge in the European model was all the way up past the Hudson Bay. In this case, the ridge is just into like near Edmonton, dipping south here, and you're just not seeing the type of setup that you would need to see for a major winter storm, even for a late season storm. It doesn't look there. There's the synoptics don't line up. Definitely a storm system does develop here and moves out. Now, this right here is not enough blocking. This is not going to get it done. And again, we have the same problem here. The heights don't raise enough on the coast to really capture this. So in order for this, if this was going to change for the better, you're going to need to see this dipping farther south and then cutting off and lifting in this direction. So ideally, you want a high located somewhere here to create a block. You're going to need heights here to rise to give this storm a guide along the coast here, and this trough is going to need to dig. And I don't see all three of these things coming together. I just don't see it happening. Very unlikely, not expected. However, it is interesting enough to show that you're going to have a definite winter blast for the very end of the month. In like a lion, out like a lamb, however that goes, in like a lamb, out like a lion. You might see that this year. Good cold blast, and then we're back into the warmer pattern here. GFS shows another trough moving into the area, and then a warm-up spring pattern. This right here, what you're seeing here, this is what you would need to see if you wanted a major storm. Not in the right position, by the way, because you have ridging in the east. If we had this setup here, and especially if this was farther south, or even farther west, or east, and you had that big high there, there could be something brewing. However, when you have your high pressure blocking setup over here over Greenland and a ridge in the east, not going to happen. So don't expect a snowstorm. Don't expect any of this to come true. Keep in mind, these are just models. The model I will trust right now is the GFS model. Let's see what the Euro does over the next several days. I think believing a storm is coming is foolish. There is going to be a potential cool down at the end of the month, but don't buy into any site that's going to send you clickbait and tell you there's a big storm coming. I know I jokingly made the title of this video an intentional jab at clickbait, but guys, don't get excited, please. Be conscious enough or conscious. I can't speak. Anyway, be aware enough to understand when you're being duped. So take a look now at the forecast. This is what we're thinking here. By the way, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to see who I have to thank here. Sorry this video is dragging on. Jeffrey Payne, I appreciate you pointing out the error of our sunrise and sunset time. I have no clue why the National Weather Service that I was reading it off of was giving me figures that were completely wrong. I don't, I trusted the source, and I didn't even think about it after I read it, and it was clearly terribly off. So your sunrise will be at 7 a.m., your sunset at 7:15 p.m. Average high this time of year 50, average low 30. That part was accurate. So for Monday and Tuesday, your best days of the week, most likely. Highs in the mid to upper 60s, low 70s. Wednesday, clouds moving in. There's a chance of some showers. Depends on how things play out. Again, models are disagreeing. Either way, that'll be a cloudy day. At the least, temperatures will be down just a little bit. Overnight lows will be up a little bit. Same with Thursday. We have some nice overnight lows into the 50s. Thursday, 70 degrees again. Beautiful day. Friday, rain showers moving into the area. This is going to be a heavier rain, possibly thunderstorms. We'll keep you posted. Highs in the mid 60s. Friday's probably going to be the worst day of your week, so just plan ahead. Keep that in mind. Guys, that's all I have for you. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Again, we're not calling for a major winter storm. This is not what we're expecting, not what we think is going to happen at all. So please keep that in mind. Don't get fooled. Don't get duped. Don't fall for the clickbait. Anyone that wants to say something major is coming here, they're just they're wish casting. They're hoping for a big storm, and there's no data to support it right now. There's a few models that are saying some stuff, but it's a week away with average temperatures in the 50s. Even if it's 20 degrees below average, you're going to be borderline. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you as always. Please like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. I hope you have a great day. Take care, everybody.